know what happens when a large group of Super 8 motel owners and managers get together? We'll tell you today.
Summer's on the way, and for most that means the busiest time of the year. Learn more about what that will mean to you and your coworkers today.
The International Convention, greeting guests, the VIP Club, summer guests, and award winners, all in this month's issue. This is Pineapple People magazine for May 1998.
Hello, I'm Kristen Warren. Welcome to this second edition of Pineapple People magazine.
And I'm Carmen Parejo. Today we will tell you about the 1998 Super 8 Motels International Convention that was held in Orlando, Florida.
Then we will focus on one of our most important jobs, greeting our guests.
We will also look at how we can all participate in the very important job of curb appeal.
And we will look ahead to greeting our very special summer guests.
Plus, updates on events, activities, promotions, and lots more. But first, let's check in with Paul and see where he is this month. Paul, we understand that you have found a wonderful Super 8 motel. Where are you?
I'm at the Hudson, Wisconsin Super 8 Motel. This property was selected for the 1997 International Renovation of the Year Award. And what a Super 8 motel it is. From the 7,000 square foot indoor pool area to the 8 jacuzzi suites. This 56-room motel is beautiful. I'll have more later in the show. Now back to you.
More than 1,100 motel owners and managers recently attended the Super 8 Motels International Convention, which was held at Walt Disney World in Florida. Paul had the pleasure of serving as the MC, and even I was able to attend.
Attendees enjoyed Disney hospitality while they participated in more than a dozen educational seminars. Topics included Project Power Up, sexual harassment, marketing, customer retention, and the internet.
The trade show offered the opportunity for managers to speak with more than 100 suppliers of motel products and services.
Super 8 Motels president Bob Weller delivered the State of the 8 address and made his entrance in Bill Elliott's race car.
Bill Elliott himself made a surprise appearance later in the evening and stuck around to sign autographs during the president's cocktail reception.
Former U.S. Senator and presidential candidate Bob Dole was the keynote speaker. Over 60 international awards were presented in categories such as Motel of the Year, Employee of the Year, and Manager of the Year.
Many exciting announcements were made during the convention speeches, two of which may be of interest to our Pineapple People magazine viewers.
First, the formation of a Manager's Advisory Board was announced. This board will meet 4 times annually with management from Super 8 Motels to discuss timely operational issues.
To be eligible, managers must be nominated by the owners of their motel. Details are available from the university or from your franchise services manager.
Second, next spring's regional meetings and bed-making contests will be themed The Road from Aberdeen, bowing to our original location in Aberdeen, South Dakota.
The Road from Aberdeen in 1999 will kick off a year-long celebration of Super 8's 25th anniversary, which was founded on October 1st, 1974.
This is a terrific time to be a part of Super 8 Motels as we prepare to recognize 25 years of clean and friendly.
Did you know? Did you know that Super 8 held its first convention in January of 1977 in Aberdeen, South Dakota? Here we are 21 years later in Orlando, Florida, with a record 1,258 people registered to attend the International Convention.
Pride inside means the things that our staff does every day to serve our customers.
I think Super 8 sets the example.
We're part of a family.
I think Super 8's done a good job of getting the employees and the managers involved, and they all sign on to being part of that pride of Super 8.
The pride inside means a quality product for all of our loyal customers.
It's a joy that you get from inside.
One of the greatest franchises in the world.
Oh, I've just been very pleased with the growth of Super 8 and the customer satisfaction.
Our occupancy went up about 30%, and we are very proud of the Super 8 motel.
We get a lot of response from the reservation line. We just like to be a part of Super 8.
One of the greatest franchises in the world.
It's just the pride that people take in their properties.
It's fun to do what we do.
We're just really proud to be part of it. One of the greatest franchises in the world.
I think about all the wonderful housekeepers, desk clerks, and managers that I've had the pleasure to work with over the years, and they are the Super 8 company.
Life is great at Super 8.
It's the pride inside. It's the way that we do what we do when we do it. The pride inside. It's the pride inside.
We are in the business of providing an experience of clean and friendly to our guests. Without our guests, we have no business. How they are greeted makes a first and lasting impression. It may be the difference as to whether they come back to visit us again.
We don't just mean greeting our guests when they check in, but whenever and wherever you see them.
Greeting guests happens not only with your words, but with your eyes, your body language, and your smile.
Hello, Mrs. Martin. I have a telephone message for you.
Oh, thank you.
Have a nice day. Good afternoon.
Hello.
It's important that every guest be acknowledged immediately when they enter the lobby. This allows the guests to feel like they're important and that you're taking the time to notice them. It makes them feel more secure to know that you're aware who's coming and going. Anytime you come in contact with a guest, in a hall, in the vending area, or even in the parking lot, greet that guest in a friendly and professional manner. If you're not sure what to say, just a look in the eye, a smile, and a clear hello goes a long way. If a guest looks confused or lost, ask if you may assist them. For those not fluent in English, it helps to learn a few phrases that direct guests to a person who is. For example, if a guest asks you,
"Is there an ATM machine nearby?"
you say,
"I'm sorry, no speak English. Un momento, por favor."
And take the guest to the front desk.
Si un huésped se le acerca para hacerle una pregunta, usted debe aprender a decir en inglés, "Perdone, no hablo bien el inglés. Por favor, sígame." "I'm sorry, I do not speak English well. Please follow me." Entonces, lleve al huésped al mostrador principal.
English isn't the only language that's important to many of our guests. Body language is important too. If you approach guests with your head down and eyes diverted, you're saying, "I don't want to talk to you, and I don't want you to talk to me." So stand up straight, smile, take pride in your appearance, and welcome the opportunity to do your job.
Good afternoon, how are you?
By being a good host and making your motel a success. Remember, we're pineapple kind of people. Even your personal dress and grooming will tell the guest you care about them. Smile and make eye contact with every guest. For some people, smiling takes practice. It may not come naturally to smile and look into people's eyes, but once you start doing it, your whole outlook on life may change as you find that your guests are much friendlier to you in return.
Our guests' first impression of our motel starts as they drive up. This first look is what we call curb appeal, and it is very important. It is the entire exterior look of the motel. It includes the lighting, building condition, landscaping, cleanliness of the entrance, parking areas, and signs, including your reader board. Here's Paul with more.
Thank you, Kristen. More than anyone else, you are in control of the appearance of your motel. Any motel employee might walk quickly across the parking lot to complete their next task. And this is important because not wasting time contributes to the profitability and success of the motel. But a pineapple kind of person is just as interested in delivering clean and friendly. This doesn't mean they walk slower, but along the way they pay attention to what a guest may experience. They check for dead blooms on flowers and remove them. They look for brown, dry spots on the grass and dead leaves which need to be raked. It may be hard to believe, but it's true. Arriving guests do notice the attention to detail that you give to your property, and they assume that they'll get that same individual attention. We're all responsible for inspecting the parking lot and the areas around the motel for trash and debris. It only takes a second to reach down and pick up a piece of trash. And guess what? When others see you do it, they'll pitch in as well, sometimes even guests. Often guests will look at your parking lot and the exterior of your motel to determine if it'll be clean on the inside based on what's on the outside. Those motels that have reader boards have made an expensive investment in curb appeal. Hotels that change their reader boards often increase their occupancy compared to those motels that keep the same message on the board for more than a week. The reader board is part of the curb appeal because it should help attract guests to the motel. There are a lot of interesting things to put on reader boards. And employees can help the managers by coming up with new sayings. Some, like the Super 8 Motel in Lincoln, Cornhusker, Nebraska, celebrate their employees' service anniversaries on their board. Not only is it fun for the staff, but it does attract new business to the motel. Local residents who commute past the motel get a very positive message about the morale, stability, and experience of the pineapple kind of people who work there. Did you know? Did you know that Super 8 Motels Incorporated, founded in America's heartland in 1974, has more than 1,600 motels and 100,000 rooms throughout the United States and Canada? We have more than 50 motels in Canada. We are the fastest growing economy lodging chain in North America. We're back here in this beautiful Super 8 Motel in Hudson, Wisconsin, winner of the 1997 International Renovation of the Year Award. And with me is General Manager Joanne Christensen. Was this a big surprise for you when you went to the stage to get this award?
I didn't realize until I was at the convention that I actually was a winner.
Joanne, what has the renovation meant to you?
Getting the award has made everybody proud to be working at an award-winning property. It's even the guests that stay here on a regular basis are proud of the fact that we are an award-winning motel now.
And what's really important is that you have this wonderful award here back in the property for everybody to enjoy and be proud of. Now back to you.
This issue of Pineapple People magazine marks the approach of summer. One of the differences between summer and the other seasons for us is that we will see more families traveling with children.
Families may be vacationing with us for several days or just stop for a night's rest along their way. Sometimes, summer means families can join dad or mom on a business trip, and their stay with us is a sort of mini vacation.
Wherever they go, there's bound to be a Super 8 motel around the corner. We must do all that we can to make sure that we'll be their lodging choice.
Our promise to guests is exactly what they're looking for: pineapple hospitality at a reasonable price.
If we keep our promise today, it's more likely the guests will look for another Super 8 tonight. At this year's International Convention, a number of awards were given out. Among them was the 1997 Manager of the Year Award, which went to Ardith Smith of Newton, Iowa. And now, here's Paul with Ardith.
Thanks, Kristen. Ardith, were you surprised to get this award?
I didn't know anything about Manager of the Year Award. My owner told me that we were up for a Sales and Marketing Award and asked me to go to Orlando. And I was just overwhelmed with the whole experience.
I think our Super 8 people around the country would like to know what it takes to be a Manager of the Year.
Well, it takes a wonderful staff, which we truly have. An owner who's conscientious about all aspects of the business. And then I think it takes, you know, the pineapple philosophy that we profess.
Did you know? Did you know VIP club members benefit with express check-in that get them to their rooms faster? Members can guarantee their room reservation without having to use a credit card. Members get airline and rental car discounts, plus an automatic 10% discount on rooms at every Super 8 motel. Members can also cash personal checks for up to $50 per day. Further, VIP club members can pay for their stay with personal checks.
Key control is very important to all of us. Why? Well, certainly replacement of lost keys and lock rotation are expensive at some motels, but mostly it's a part of pineapple hospitality to provide an atmosphere in which our guests feel safe and secure.
Guests want to know that only they have access to their rooms. That's easy to understand. I doubt that you would want to stay in a motel if you had any reason to suspect that someone else might have or get a key to your room.
Here's Paul with more.
Key control procedures vary by motel and often depend on whether you have mechanical or electronic locks. But there are some basic principles that apply to all of us. You should limit your own access to keys. Usually 2 keys per room is adequate. If you make this your rule, you can eliminate many embarrassing mistakes by teaching yourself to not rent rooms when keys are missing. In other words, if you're about to hand a key to a guest and notice that there aren't 2 keys available, stop. Something's wrong. Quietly reassign the guest to an alternate room and then investigate fully. Make absolutely sure that the room with the missing key is not occupied. It's okay to have additional keys, but they should be stored separately from those at the front desk. Most often these are locked in a cabinet where only management can get to them. Those keys at the front desk need protection too. Keep them in a drawer or cabinet that can be locked whenever the front desk is left unattended. All motels are required to conduct daily room key inventories. These are not as complicated as they sound. The easiest time to perform them is usually right after checkout, probably about noontime.
The owner of your motel may have his or her own system for doing this, but its purpose is to simply account for the 2 keys that correspond with each room.
If both keys are not at the front desk, then you should be able to verify that the room is rented and that the guest has either 1 or 2 keys.
For this reason, it's important that all keys found in guest rooms by housekeepers are brought to the front desk in a timely manner.
If a key is determined to be missing,
high maintenance? Yeah, I need the locks rotated on 2122.
It is presumed that the room's most recent guest may still have it. Steps must be taken to prevent that guest from re-entering the room.
If you have mechanical locks, that will mean randomly rotating the lock cylinder before the key is replaced and before the room is rented to another guest.
If you have electronic locks, the same steps are necessary, but can usually be accomplished through a computer at the front desk.
Years ago, it was customary to print the name of a motel and room number on key tags. This should no longer be done, as it may compromise the security of our guests. What happens when a key is dropped in a parking lot? Someone else is bound to find it, and there's no reason to direct them to a room or motel where the key will work. Rather, most motels have now developed codes that help the staff to know which key goes where. Guests have the right to receive visitors while staying in your guest rooms, but only at their invitation. So never share information with others regarding a guest's room number, unless you have the guest's permission to do so. But do you ever do this by accident? What I mean is this: if you tell a guest their room number while handing them a key, you have just shared room number information with everyone else in the lobby.
Okay, Ms. Vale, here's your room number. You're in 215 and your room is at the top of the stairs. So you go there and turn left. Enjoy your stay with us. Well, here, Ms. Vale, here's your room key. Your room is right here, and there's your room number. And this is the lobby where we are right now. So enjoy your stay with us.
If others are present, it's best to allow the guest to read their room number off their registration card, folio, or key envelope. Similarly, whether guests are checking in or out, don't leave their room keys laying on the front desk where they could be picked up by others. Beware of visitors to your motel who may approach a housekeeper and claim they have locked themselves out of their rooms.
Hi, can I help you with something? Oh, good. I can't find my key. Can you open the door for me?
This may be a trick to get into someone else's guest room. Remember to always treat everyone in our motels with pineapple hospitality. Nevertheless, we must never use our keys to open rooms for guests until we have verified the guest's identity at the front desk. You should tell the guest,
I'm sorry, but for security reasons, I can't open the door. But if you follow me to the front desk, I can get you another key up there. Oh, okay, that's fine. Thank you.
then escort or direct the guest to the front desk.
Hi, can I help you?
Yes, I can't find my key.
Have you lost it or misplaced it?
I don't know, I just can't find it.
Should you assist a guest who has lost their key or wants to get an extra key to their room? Of course you should, but not until you verify that they are indeed the guest registered in that room. Match the guest's picture ID against your records before dispensing another key. Stop and think. Did the guest lock their key in the room, or did they lose it? If it's lost, your guest may no longer be safe until you rotate the lock, and you should do this immediately.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All motel keys, guest room keys, storeroom and work area keys, local master keys, and grandmaster keys are normally controlled at the front desk.
Erin, I need the storeroom keys.
Okay.
To perform your jobs, you often need to borrow these, but shouldn't do so without making an entry in a control log.
This is as much for your protection as it is for the motel and its guests. If you are the desk clerk, you are accountable for all keys kept at the desk.
Make sure none are ever borrowed without a signed entry in your log.
Likewise, if you are the one borrowing the key, make sure the desk clerk signs for it when you return it.
This relieves you of the responsibility.
Hi, Erin. I'm done with the keys.
Finally, when you have borrowed a key, whether it's for a few moments or for an entire shift, keep it with you.
Don't put it down on a housekeeping card or elsewhere. Don't lend it to anyone, and don't leave the motel with it.
Well, that about wraps it up for this second edition of Pineapple People magazine. We hope you've enjoyed it. I know we've enjoyed bringing it to you. Kristen, Carmen, so long from Hudson, Wisconsin.
Goodbye, Paul, and we will see you again next time.
on Pineapple People Video Magazine. Bye-bye.
Send your comments or suggestions to Pineapple People Magazine, care of the University of the Pineapple, 339 Jefferson Road, Parsippany, New Jersey, 07054.
Like a rising sun that begins each day, there's a beat of our hearts that leads the way to making the world a brighter place. And from the moment we rise, the challenge begins to be better than best. Take strength from within, and all we believe makes us achieve our dreams. It's the pride inside. It's the way that we do what we do when we do it. The pride inside. Yeah, every day, yeah. We've got the pride inside. Well, we're the ones with that burning desire to keep reaching up and always